that decision is going to be probably the most critical decision that the new council will make in their tenure. A town manager is vitally important for setting the direction and the spirit for the town. And I think it's the qualities that we're looking for in a new town manager. I think number one he has to be an excellent communicator. Because he's anytime somebody works for 7 bosses, that's a challenge in and of itself. And then he has to be able to communicate with each one of those different personalities, and sometimes there's some strong egos involved there. So I don't envy a town manager in that perspective. He has to be a budget professional and expert. He can surround himself with good people that know the budget, but he's going to have to understand how the fiscal policies work and set those policies. I think one of the most important things too that we're looking for is a visionary. We need a town manager that can look out and see that we're going to get beyond this rough time right now, but we need to be looking out 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years from now. Turning the town towards the direction it needs to, looking out 20 years from now, takes a long time. It's like trying to steer a large ship. We need to turn the rudder now, knowing that it's going to take a long time to turn that big ship around and get in the right direction. We need a town manager that can see that, has that foresight, and be able to sell that vision to the council. We all have different visions, but he needs to find out what it is that we have in common and make sure that we turn that large organization around and head the right direction before it's too late. And so, again, vision, budget, and communications. Thank you.
The town manager is the most important hire that we'll ever do. I agree with that. I would go so far as to say if the town manager may be the most powerful single person in the town. To kind of give an analogy here, it's similar to the president in the sense the legislature gives policy and he executes it. It's the executive. He's the one who executes that policy. And in fact, he's the only person that the council can directly hire and fire. So he's kind of that guy between us and the rest of the staff. And so we can't overemphasize, I don't think any of us can, I think we agree on that, the importance there. All of the ideas that we have as potential candidate or council members or council members that are already on the council, all of those ideas are really just dreams without someone there who knows their role as an executive to carry out the policy the town council sets. And so we need skills with the budgets, of course. We need TPM. I'm looking for someone who has the cutting edge efficiencies down pat. They understand how to do those. I'm looking for integrity. I'm looking for someone who is more interested in getting across all the facts that council members need to make decisions than they are in their own agenda, that they make the town policy their agenda, they adopt that, and that they're excellent communicators and can get that information across. And so there's a lot of things we can look for, and we could probably talk on and on about it, but it will be a very important thing, and I impress upon the voters that we need business minds on the council that are interested in moving forward and reaching a higher level so we can get a town manager that reflects that vision. Thank you.
May 18th, the day after the election, we will see the short list of potential candidates to be our next town manager. As we move through that process, whoever is elected on the 17th will not take office until the second meeting in June. But we have talked about this. I have proposed making sure that whoever is elected May 17th is an integral part of this process as we move it forward, so that by the time the selection is made sometime in June, that whether they're council members elect or the sitting council members, everybody will be a part of that selection process. Communication, communication, communication. We need to do it as a town, we need to do it as a town council, and most importantly, our town manager has to be right on top of making sure that everybody knows what's going on at all times. He or she needs to be able to communicate the wishes of the council and in turn bring what the community wants back. Because our town manager is the CEO. He or she will run the town. The mayor is more like the president of the board, if you will. Okay. Town manager needs to be a great facilitator. He's got to work between the town council, his 7 bosses. He's also got to be a cheerleader for the town, because one of the things that sets cities apart is those people that are out on the point, the mayor and the city manager. And let's make it clear, we are a city, no matter what we call ourselves, and we are hiring a city manager to take us from 208,000 people to build out at 320,000, plus all of the businesses. Today, we are living on the vision of Kent Cooper from 20 years ago. We need the same sort of person to lead our town for the next 20.
Thank you. As has been said, this hiring of a new town manager is extremely important. I appreciate Colin DeWitt and his leadership over the last year. A couple of things that I think of that are important for the new town manager. First is experience. We like to consider ourselves a small town and the small town feel, but like Vice Mayor Pressmick said, we are a big town. 208,000 people is not this little bedroom community anymore. We need someone who understands town or city management, and they're not learning on the job with the town of Gilbert. We also need someone who has a business development mind. We've all talked about it here, the importance of bringing businesses to Gilbert, high-wage jobs to Gilbert. That town manager is an integral part of that. We need to make sure that whoever the new town manager is, that he or she understands business development and the need, the urgent need that we have in the town of Gilbert. As been said as well, we need a good communicator. We need someone who communicates with council, someone who communicates with the mayor, someone who communicates with the citizens, someone who communicates with town staff. And without that, we have seen in the past, and we will see more in the future, things are disjointed and don't work like they should. We need someone who's willing to learn. From a council level, from a manager, from a mayor, from all levels of town government, including staff, we are continuing to learn, and there are things that we can always continue to do better. We need someone who understands money, who understands taxes, who understands the importance of the revenue that we have versus the expenditures. We also need someone who's transparent, who's willing to let all know what's going on, including the council, including the residents of the town, including town staff, that there's nothing being hidden from anyone and everyone knows exactly what's happening. And we also need someone who's a good manager or a good facilitator with the town employees. We've seen in the past when that did not work as it should have, where town managers did not work well with employees. That is another important thing. But this town manager will be a tremendous asset to the town, and we need to make sure that we hire the right person.
I have had the opportunity in my service on the council to work with 3 different town managers, each with 3 unique styles, and have had an opportunity to be involved in the criteria that we have established in seeking a new town manager. And it's a pretty arduous list, and has, I think, represents the town of Gilbert and what their desire is as we continue to move forward in our build-out. As has been stated, the town council adopts policies based on the desire of the community members that we serve. And it is the job of the town manager to ensure that those policies that have been adopted are carried out successfully to meet the needs of our community. It is important that we have someone that is an experienced professional. We are not looking for someone who is starting their career, but someone who has had experience, success, and is looking to take us to that next step in our own community development. We are looking for someone that is a communicator, someone that is not only a communicator with the council members, but also the staff and the other stakeholders within our community, which includes our neighborhoods as well as our business development community. And so that is absolutely critical. We are looking for someone that is a motivator within the staff so that they can accomplish the goals that we are putting forward on behalf of the community. We are looking for someone to be able to carry out the strategic plan that has been adopted by the town council, which includes economic development, our community livability, our long-term financial planning, and to be able to proactively address the needs for infrastructure as we continue to be a community in which we all want to live. Thank you.
Great, thank you. I had the privilege, as been alluded to, of growing up in the home of a town manager, and enjoyed the opportunity to see things really from my father's perspective, and got to learn quite a bit about what it takes to be a town manager, and would never want that job myself, but would love to have one work for me. No. But really, what it comes down to for me is integrity. We need a manager who has integrity and who's very good at communicating. A lot of the things that have been mentioned here today are right on, and I'm glad that all of the candidates tend to agree as to what we need here. The candidate needs to be experienced, and I'm really talking about in a community that they need to have experience with growth, but they also need to have experience in a community of some size, because that's ultimately what we're going to be and what we already are. Of course, you wouldn't be surprised if I said that they need to have experience with economic development. And I will sit down with each and every candidate that I have the opportunity to interview and talk to them about their specific experience and how they were organized and what they tried to do as it relates to economic development and what they were successful in. They need to be visionary, they need to be strategic in their thinking, and they need to be innovative. All things that we've enjoyed in Gilbert over the past time that I've been here. They obviously need to be good at budgets and just dealing with all of that financial data, because it's extremely important. And I'm really looking for somebody that will invest himself or herself in this community for the long term, because that's what I'm here for, is for the long term. And I want a manager that will look at things the same way that I do and make choices that are in the best interest of the community from now and throughout Philadelphia.